Hello guys, Mr. Fluffy Vance here, and today guys, another video, and today guys, I'm reviewing Season 1, Episode 4 of Loki, which is, a Disney Plus show, obviously based off Loki, but today I'm reviewing Episode 4, which is titled The Nexus Event, which, I'm just going to say, this is the best episode of any, Disney Plus Marvel show so far, and, I enjoyed, WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, I guess more than most people. I mean, don't get me wrong, people enjoy those too, but, I'm happy to say that this is the best episode out of, that Marvel has produced for, Disney Plus so far, and, that's no, small task either, because I kind of feel like this is honestly better than, like, some of, these stuff that happens in the movies and stuff. Like, this show is just put together so perfectly or whatnot, but I guess before I get into, the actual episode itself, I didn't do a review on episode 3 because I was on vacation, and, that episode was just kind of, I don't know, it kind of felt like filler, but it was more like character building. Loki and Sylvie was, kind of, building trust in each other, and then they kind of fell in love at the end, but, they get stranded on, Lamentus or whatever, so, I didn't feel like, uploading a video late about it, but, it was an alright episode. I'll probably give, episode 3, like a 9 out of 10, like, it wasn't my favorite or anything. I think it's my least favorite this season so far, but getting into episode 4 is definitely my favorite episode of the season so far, and this episode is so good. So, it opens up with, Loki and Sylvie sitting there on the rocks, waiting for them to die, and then, that's when they really, fall in love, and then, whenever they start, falling in love, it creates, like, a spike on the sacred timeline that the TV has never seen before, and, then they're caught or whatnot, but this episode has some major reveals. Like, I guess Renslayer, is, like, the main bad guy. I don't think she's, like, the main bad guy, but she's definitely up. She's probably, like, second in command, or, kind of like the, person. I don't think she's the person pulling the strings, per se. I think she's the person, like, executing orders or whatnot, but, yeah, because this episode is kind of more like revelations, and that's why it's just, really cool, because we're actually starting to get answers, and, like, I definitely say this is the definitely best, because, WandaVision tried doing the whole mystery thing. I definitely say that this does it better, WandaVision, because even though I think WandaVision, was kind of blown out proportion by fans, this definitely does create a great mystery, and some great revelations, and some more questions are, asked, which I think does, fantastically, but, because, Loki starts to get Mobius, to start questioning about the, the TVA's true intentions, because, Loki tells him that TVA's been lying to him, and then, the Hunter, I think her name's, like, I forgot her name, it's, like, C something, but the, one Hunter, might be Beef. I don't think it's B-15. I think B-15 was the one that, Sylvie took, to get the location of the TVA, and then we learned later in the episode TVA had her killed or whatnot, the Hunter or whatnot, because, like, the Hunter was like, bro, those were my memories, we're all variants or whatnot. So it does appear that that theory I had about, all the people in the TVA being variants was true, which I think it's really interesting, and I even heard a theory pop up today that, Mobius is actually a variant of Loki, which would be very interesting, but I don't know about that, but Loki starts to get, Mobius to question this, and, he does a little snooping around his own, because, Renslayer ain't letting him interview, Sylvie, or let anybody interview Sylvie, except for, Hunter B-15, because, or not B-15, but, C-20, I think her name is, but, and then she takes Sylvie back to, the Apocalypse, or, when they're at the, Rock's cart place or whatnot, because you gotta remember, she did, like, enchant her, and, like, made, took control of her for a little bit in, episode 2, and, she started to get some memories back, and she's like, did you put those in my head? And she's like, no, of course not, and, also, I will say, I'm definitely coming around to the actress that plays, Sylvie, or, Lady Loki, yeah, and when she's in episode 2, I was kind of like, and then episode 3 and 4 really made me fall in love with, the actress that's playing, Sylvie. I think she's really good at it, but, and then, Renslayer comes in and sees that Sylvie's, like, soaking wet from the rain or whatnot, is like, who is in here? And then, Hunter C-20's kind of on the run then, because, this is really when, and we still got 2 more episodes left, and, shit has already hit the fan, which I think is interesting, but, pretty much, like I said, Mobius is starting to question it, and so is Hunter C-20, and then I also like how Loki's put into like a pretty much a perpetual hell kind of in the prison cell, which is about Lady Sif telling him that he deserves to be alone and will die alone or whatnot, because she cut off his hair, which is great to see her back, I will say, but. And then after, Mobius, finds the videotape from, Renslayer's office about, Hunter B-15, being like, bro, we all had lies before this and blah, 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 before she's killed or whatnot. And then he's like, oh, crap, Loki was right. He goes to get Loki from the cell, but then they're, met by, Renslayer and a bunch of, TVA Minutemen or whatever they're called, but... And then, really shocker, they literally prune Morbius, like just like that after, he's really kind of come over to Loki's side or whatnot, which I was like, wow, I can't believe they actually did that. I really hope he comes back, which they should, considering the end credit scene or whatnot, because, pretty much Renslayer brings Loki and Sylvie to the Timekeepers, which we saw a glimpse at the beginning of the episode, and they just looked really cool at the beginning, and then when they went to the second time with, Loki and Sylvie, they definitely looked a little fake, but that was kind of the point, because it turns out the Timekeepers are not real, which, that was also one of my theories, so I did get that right, but, the Timekeepers are not real. They're like these androids or whatnot, being controlled by somebody, which I saw parallels to, like, the Wizard of Oz or whatnot, but, and like I said, I definitely don't think Renslayer's the one pulling the strings. I think she's definitely acting out orders from Kang is my theory, but... I don't know, we'll have to see, though, but there's this pretty cool battle into, C-20 comes in, which, there's pretty good battle that happens in the Timekeeper's room or whatnot, but, and there's some good music behind it and all that, but, I don't know what happened to Hunter C-20 in that battle, but, Sylvie and Loki's like, hey, I gotta tell you something, because they're like, dang, I thought we were at the end of this, but now we need who created the TVA, which I still think's Kang, but I don't know, we'll have to see about that, but, and also, I don't know, I just really like the look of the time, the fake android timekeepers, just because they look so fake, and, like, I don't know, I just thought it was kind of funny, and that was just kind of a really cool scene. Kind of reminded me of the really cool fight in The Last Jedi and the Praetorian Guard fight a little bit, just because I guess it's like in the throne. I don't know, it was a really good fight, though, but... and then Loki gets pruned from behind right before when he's, trying to tell Sylvia that he loves him, and I was like... crap, they did that too, which, and then afterwards I was like, okay, if they're going to prune Loki, then, and that means he's going to come back, and that means Mobius is going to come out. I was like, oh, okay, but, Sylvie gets the upper hand of Renslayer, and, she's like, kill me, and Sylvie's like, no, you're going to tell me everything, and then we get a cliffhanger until next week, which sucks a week to wait, because this episode is just so good at answering questions, providing new questions, and just want to see what happens next. I hate it. But the end credit scene, we see Loki wake up like it looks like I guess like an apocalypse world or whatnot, but saw somebody say that this world's just where all the prune people go, or and then like the because we see like the ruins in the background of like Avengers Tower and like the New York skyline, and I guess like I saw a theory someone said whenever they use the reset charges, all the stuff that gets reset is sitting there too, which that could be an interesting theory too. But we see like Kid Loki, a Black Loki, and then like a classic costume Loki, which just looks so goofy, but also kind of cool at the same time. Like, I love it. And also Crocodile Loki, which is really cool, but they're like, Loki's like, am I in hell? And they're like, no, which is a really good end credit scene. Like, I love that so much, but I'm really excited to see where this goes next, because this show has just introduced so many cool characters, and the mystery is really clicking for me. Like, it wasn't WandaVision 2, but then they kind of, let us down a little bit with, like, hey, this was what was happening or whatnot, but I don't know, I definitely think this is the best episode of, Marvel Disney Plus television we got so far, and like I said, I'm going to give Loki episode 4 a 9.8 out of 10, because this episode was, like, really good, and honestly, probably one of my favorite MCU things, like, ever, like, in the MCU, like, I might have to rank this episode separate, like if I do an MCU ranking or whatnot. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about the, episode 4 down below, and also episode 3, which, like I said, was kind of ish, but I'll probably give episode 3. I know I said 9. I'm just going to change it to 8.9 just because it was kind of, it was still enjoyable. a lot of character, you know, moments or whatnot, but episode 4 is where the show absolutely shines. Like I said, 9.8 out of 10. But anyway, guys, check out my Twitter and Discord, link in the description. Like and subscribe for more. Check out some other videos, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.